Hi guys. So, this is my second shot at trying to show you how to do this now, uh, using annoying software. But it looks like it's going to work this time. So, we're going to do, I'm going to start with part A for question 1. And part A, we're going to make the price quantity table that we usually make. And notice that $1.50 is the price because it has money on it, 1.5, and the quantity associated with that is 1700. The price 1.25 has a quantity of 1900. And so what we're going to do is, aside from moving this guy right over here and giving myself a little more room, is we're going to get the slope by 1900, the two quantities, the dependent variable, divided by, and we have to subtract in the same order, so since I did 1900 minus 1700, I'll do 1.25 minus, come on, give me the red key, stop that, there, minus 1.5. And that's going to give me negative 800 as the slope. So, at this point, I got to get the intercept. And so I'm going to use the first price and quantity because the numbers are slightly easier. So I'm going to get the quantity, 1700. That's 1799, 1700. Okay, is going to equal the slope we got, minus 800, times the price associated with it, 1.5, plus the intercept. And now that's going to give me, we're going to take 1700 minus negative 800 times 1.5, and that's going to be 2900 is the intercept. So now that I know the slope and the intercept, that gives me the formula for d of p is the slope times p plus the intercept. Now, just to do a quick check, I'm going to plug in the not highlighted number, the number I didn't use in this part of the calculation. I'm going to say 1.25. Let's say I'm going to copy this formula, and for price, I'm going to put in the value 1.25, and that's going to give me 1900. So everything works, and that's part A. So now my demand function in part A, which I'm going to make a little clearer, if the thing's going to cooperate with me. Stop that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There. Make that boldface. Okay, so that's the answer to part A. Part B, what's the revenue function? Well, revenue is the price we sell times the quantity, which the demand function computes, at that price, which is going to be P times negative 800, we have to parenthesize that, plus 2900. And that's going to equal, and I got to put that in math mode, negative 800 p squared plus 2900 p. I'm going to put that on its own line to make it a little easier to see. Just go like that. And that Okay, and remember you got to distribute the P to all the parts. So that's the part B, revenue. Now, the price to maximize it, we use the B over negative 2A. Now, B is what we multiply by the naught square, by P, and that's going to be 2,900. We have to always parenthesize when we do the negative 2 times A, which is negative 800. And that's going to give me, and I'm going to round that to the nearest cent, and that's the price that maximizes revenue. That's part C. Part D. Once I have the price, I just go back to my revenue function over here and plug it in. By the way, little checks, my slope here was negative. My intercept was positive. Otherwise, my demand function makes no sense. So always make sure that I forgot to mention that, but I will now. So we're going to have negative 800 p. So we take negative 800 times p squared, in this case 1.81 squared, plus 2,900 times, once again, p 1.81, and that's going to equal that. That's the maximum revenue. Okay, if you ever get prices or revenues or that are negative, you've done something wrong. That should never be the case, especially prices. Whenever you see a negative price, something bad has happened. You have made a mistake. Or I did. Someone did. Okay. So now, let's talk about cost. We're going to start with the cost as a function of quantity. And that's going to be, okay, in this problem, it's 50 cents times the number of cones. So 50 cents times the quantity plus 360. Okay, but that's not the answer, because we want to get the quantity as a function of price, because everything here is being a function of price. And we do that by using demand. The demand turns a price into a quantity. So that's going to give me 0.50 times, and we got to put this in parentheses, negative 800p plus 2,900. And then don't forget the plus 360. So now, okay, I'm just going to put equal sign it there. Now that's going to come out to negative 400p when I distribute the 0.5 plus 1450 plus 360. We combine like terms, and we get negative 400p plus 1810. And that is the cost function of part E. Part F, is going to be what is the profit function. And the profit function is the revenue minus the cost of as a function of price, which is going to equal the revenue function we have over here. So we'll take that minus negative, and we'll parenthesize that because we'll subtract the whole thing, negative 400p plus 1810. And that's going to equal, and I'll distribute the minus sign, and I'm going to just put that in, minus a minus is going to, when it's distributed, is going to turn into a plus 400p, and minus a plus is going to turn into a minus Not a plus, minus. Where's my minus sign? Minus 1810. And now we'll just combine like terms. And that's going to give me be good. Okay. Negative 800 p squared plus 3300 p. Oh, by the way, that should be p over here. Minus 1810. And that is the answer to F. Okay, that leads me to G. Was the price to maximize negative revenue? It's going to be the B over negative 2A for this equation now. So we're going to take B, 3300, and divide by negative 2 times negative 800. And that's going to be equal to, I'll round that to the nearest cents, $2.06. That is less than 181. I mean, more than 181. 181 is less than that. Whenever we find the price that maximizes profit, it always is more expensive than maximizing revenue because we got to pass along some costs. Profit. Now, part H, what is the maximum profit? We're going to just plug in 206 into our equation over here. I'll bold that up. Okay, so I just got to take negative 800 times 2.06 squared plus 3300 times 2.06 minus 1810. And if I did this right, it gives me a maximum revenue that's less, a maximum profit that's less than the maximum revenue. It's less than that guy. So that's going to be the maximum profit. And that is the answer to this part. So I'm going to